Tara and David Reddington are here. They also have a story. Their child, Grace, is also not here. Where's Grace?
She's home.
She's home? How's she doing?
Home.
How's she feeling?
Well, she was here last month for 10 days. Grace is fragile, and she doesn't speak. So we're trying to stabilize her, and she's still home.
All right. Dave is the one-line guy. Tara is the storyteller. So he will pipe in. He also has another little thing he wants you to help with at the end of this conversation. The story goes...
The story goes 5 beautiful, healthy children. The fourth...
And they are. In fact, for those of you who are on the webcam, and believe it or not, there are thousands of people who look on the webcam. Do we get a full on that at 630-WPRO.com? Click on webcast, and you can see if this is not the all-American family, then I do not know what is. Everybody on the back porch there, all 5 kids, none of whom are twins, all of whom look like they came in succession.
One at a time.
My Catholic mother would be very proud of you. That is terrific. We had 5 as well. In my family, I only have 1. But how do you do that? Forget what's going on. How do you do that?
You just
in
do
2009, how do you do that? Anyway, what happened?
Well, 5 beautiful, healthy children, and then the 4th one, named Grace, no mistake there, at about 1.5 years, started to regress, deteriorate, stopped talking, stopped showing signs of normal development. And then I kind of braced myself thinking she had a brain tumor, because I knew it was something bad, but I didn't know what, and started working with Dr. Karen Kerman, who's a neurologist on staff here. And after searching and watching Grace go downhill, we finally got a diagnosis here in November 2006, and it was Rett syndrome. And it's the worst. It's the worst one to get. There's no current treatment. There's no cure. My first question was, what's the prognosis? And they pretty directly said it's devastating. And basically we were gearing and preparing to watch Grace slowly shrivel up, and we were going to watch her die someday. And that was what we started to see happening. And then there was some research that broke a few months after that reversed some mice in Scotland, which caused us to get hope. And we thought maybe someday there could be a treatment for this. But for now there isn't. So we live daily watching her lose everything. It affects digestion. She's got epilepsy and seizure disorder. She is losing her hand use. She pretty much lost her hand use, actually. She's losing her ability to walk. She can't speak. She can't communicate. And we've now come to realize the only thing that Grace can do independently and perfectly is love. That's it. And she does it perfectly. And that's why we have 4 other beautiful children, and we have an incredible marriage and an incredible base of family and friends that just have rallied. And we do a race for grace, and people race for grace. It's intense. It's a life-changing experience. It's a way of living when you are exposed to a child like Grace.
How does one acquire this disease?
It's spontaneous. It just happens. It's not genetically linked. It just happens. And, you know, if you saw what she creates around her and all the devastation and all the tragedy, you kind of start to understand, wow, there's a greater purpose here. Because there really is no treatment and no cure. And there's really nothing we can do but pray and hope and stay strong. And we've done that. And she has really created just a beautiful existence.
There's a power about her, I'm guessing.
She's beautiful. I mean, you have her picture.
Yes.
There's a website, RaceforGrace.com, and you can see her picture. And I think the numbers show me that she's pulling people in, because I have a cousin in Switzerland that runs the website, and he said that the hits on that website are just all across the world. It's global. People are drawn to her, and
it's very rare, isn't it?
It is. It's the worst thing out there, but we've made the best of it.
Hey, Dad.
Okay. Well, when we do come to Hasbro, we feel at home. We've met so many people. Every time we come to Hasbro, last month we came for 2 days. It ended up being a 9-day stay. And just the people we meet when we stroll her around the 5th floor, everybody knows Grace, and she just makes everybody so happy. That's all she could do, Grace, is just love. And it's so comforting to know that Grace could win people over just by her eyes, and just people just love Grace. She's amazing.
What do you know now about what she's thinking and feeling? How are you dealing with that? How are you analyzing it? How are you coping with it? You're guessing about it?
We don't know. She suffers terrible attacks of pain sometimes, and we actually spent 2 weeks here in September to all stand around with doctors and try and figure out, is she in pain, is she not in pain? And the doctors were so compassionate and basically look at David and I and say, what can we do for you? What do you want? What do you need? And when I say it, whatever I say, they make it happen, because their goal is to keep her comfortable. We have no way of knowing. Is she having a head pain, a stomach pain, a chest pain, a heart pain? There's no possible way other than constantly scanning her and x-raying her, which isn't useful, because where do you start? It's almost like having a sick puppy. You don't know where to begin. You can't ask the puppy what's wrong, and they look at you with these sad eyes, and she looks at me like, help me, and we can't.
The telephone number here is 8